What's up, everybody? Skylar Deem here, founder of Reach Fat Loss and Fitness. Our goal is to help you optimize your body, your mind, your health, your spirit, to make you the healthiest and happiest version of you while losing fat and building muscle. Before diving into it today, if you're looking for more ways to simplify the process of losing fat and getting strong, make sure you tap that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you can be notified when we release new videos. Now, a little bit of background about me. So I used to be very, very skinny. In high school and college, I went from skinny to built. After college, I went from built to chubby. And these past few years, I've been able to shred down and stay in incredible shape year round using what we're going to talk about today. In fact, in the past few months, I gained 10 pounds, and most of that is muscle. We did a video documenting that, and I've also helped a bunch of my clients build some solid muscle. One of the best examples of this is my client Sean. Sean came in and he had a hard time gaining muscle. He had a hard time bulking up, and within 3 months, he created the transformation that you see here. So this stuff works, and this stuff is the truth, but this stuff may not be what you want to hear. And that's why today we're going to talk about 5 extremely honest things that you need to understand if you are wanting to build muscle. Now, the first and arguably the most important is patience. Building muscle takes time. We live in the world of social media where we can just see a side-by-side, like I just showed you, of some insane transformation that someone's made. Or if you're on a certain side of Instagram, or if you're on a certain side of social media, you also see many fitness influencers who are using things like testosterone and steroids to gain muscle much quicker than the average person can. But the truth is, if you are wanting to build muscle, this is a long-term game. You know, I've built a pretty great physique for myself and I'm continuing to work on building it, but I started working out when I was 13. This wasn't something that happened overnight. And like I said, I gained 10 pounds. And so for someone who's really dialed in, which the average person is not, you can gain anywhere from 0.5 to 2 pounds of muscle per month. But with that being said, there's also a curve where the first few months you may see more results and then things may slow down over time. And so the truth is here, if you're working on building muscle and you want some crazy transformation because you see someone else like Sean did it in 3 months, Sean worked his ass off. Sean did the workouts. He missed 1 or 2 workouts because he was sick 1 week. But besides that, he put in the work, he made sure he ate enough, and he did the things. And he showed up consistently, and that patience allowed him to see results. And that brings me to the second thing about building muscle is if you really want to build muscle, you have to eat enough protein. Now, losing fat and building muscle at the same time is possible, but if you want to do this, you have to make sure, regardless of how many calories you're eating, that you're getting enough protein in every day. And so the goal we're looking for is about 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per body weight. And typically when I'm working with people who want to lose fat and build muscle, this is one of the hardest things for them to wrap around. A lot of times people have a very difficult time getting in enough protein. And so if you are looking for help, you can either go down below and look at the beginner's fasting guide, which we put out for free, which is going to allow you to elevate your human growth hormone and actually help with building muscle, or you can book a time on my calendar to chat so we can map out a weight loss plan and a fitness plan and decide if working together is the best option. But the truth is, no matter how hard you are working in the gym, if you're not eating enough food in general, but specifically if you're not eating enough protein, you're not going to make the gains that you want. So before we get into the last 3, I'm curious, how long have you been lifting? Has it been a couple weeks, couple months, couple years, your whole life? Let me know in the comments because I'd love to hear from you. The third honest advice for building muscle is really about intensity. You know, the truth is, whether you're a beginner in the gym or you're a veteran, there is always that next level of intensity that you can chase. Working with a lot of beginners and a lot of people who've maybe been in and out of the gym but haven't been able to stay consistent, one of the hardest things to build consistency in is the constant intensity that you bring. And so that's why having a coach can be so crucial, because when you're in the middle of a workout and everything in your mind says you want to stop because it burns, you now have a coach on the other end pushing you, and you may do a couple extra reps, and who you may do a couple extra reps for because you don't want to let him or her down. And I think this is a perfect example. Here's a quick clip of one of my clients, Joe, and the intensity he brought to one of his sets. So regardless where you're at, whether you're a beginner, you've been in the gym for a while, you have to push past the burn. You have to be willing to bring the intensity. And that also means lifting heavy. If you're hitting 12 to 15 reps of a weight, but it's super lightweight and you're just getting fatigued and you're not really pushing against resistance, you're gonna have a much harder time than if you're actually pushing with heavy weight. And that brings me to number 4, which is if you're bringing the intensity in the gym, you also have to make sure you're getting adequate rest in and out of the gym. And so when you're in the gym, you don't have to feel like every 30 seconds you have to do your next set. You take an adequate 2 to 5 minutes between sets to be able to catch your breath, let your muscles recover a little bit so that you can hit the next set harder. And then along with that, we also want to make sure that the muscles have enough recovery time before you work them out next. And so of course you need adequate sleep and adequate nutrition for that recovery. But a good rule of thumb is if you're working out a body part, you should wait at least 3 days before hitting that body part again. And so if you hit chest on a Monday, you probably shouldn't hit chest again until either Thursday or later than that. And of course, if your recovery is not dialed in with your sleep, nutrition, rest, all of that, that is a priority because that does have a huge impact. I worked with a client a couple years ago who was extremely disciplined, extremely hardworking. He pushed during all of his workouts, but he was only getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night because he was an entrepreneur, he had a full-time job, and he had all these projects he was working on. And even with his nutrition completely dialed in and his exercise schedule awesome, he wasn't making the progress that he wanted to see. This is kind of a tangent, but if you're not getting enough sleep, getting more sleep is legitimately like taking steroids in terms of recovery. So make sure you're getting enough rest, both between sets in the gym and also in days between workouts out of the gym. So that's number 4, and that brings me into number 5, which is you gotta make sure you're doing enough volume of workouts each week. And that means the number of sets that you do with each body part should be adequate, but it doesn't need to be too much. And so based on the science, what we're looking for is anywhere between 10 to 20 working sets a week. That means if you were to do 1 set of chest during a week, you would want to make sure you get those 10 to 20 sets in one workout. Or if you split it up, you want to get 10 to 20 between the both of the workouts. Doing anything less than 10 isn't going to give you the adequate intensity or resistance to allow your muscles to grow, and doing anything more than 20 is actually going to be something called junk volume, which is basically a waste of your time and could even potentially run the risk of you injuring yourself. So don't be the gym bro thinking you got to hit 50 sets in 1 week. Don't be the person who goes in the gym and hits 3 sets and calls it a day. Get between those 10 to 20 sets and stay consistent, and you will see results. So those are my 5 things. Number 1, be patient. Number 2, eat enough protein. Number 3, use enough intensity and lift heavy weight. Number 4, rest hard both in and out of the gym. And number 5, make sure you're doing enough volume. So if you keep those things in mind and you truly understand the power of consistency and patience over a long period of time, you will see results. There's no chance that you won't. But it does require dedication, it does require consistency, and it does require a work ethic to be able to work hard when you're in the gym. While also understanding that nobody's perfect and not every workout is going to be excellent, but if you hit about 80% of your workouts with a high quality, intensity, and consistency, you will see results. So if you are working on building muscle and maybe these things are kind of sticking with you, but you're not totally sure, or maybe you're just looking for someone to create workouts for you, make sure you head in the description of this video and grab a time on my calendar. What I do with my clients is not only on the nutrition end, but I also help them build the right strategy around working out for building muscle. This means virtual coaching where I can walk you through your workouts, measure your intensity, make sure you're pushing enough. And this also means coaching, meaning you're doing the right things outside of the gym to optimize the results that you see from the work you do in the gym. So check that out. But besides that, of course, if you are looking for more awesome ways to simplify the process of getting healthy, tap that subscribe button, hit that bell. I'd love to have you as part of the community. If this video has helped you, make sure you hit that like button and tune in because we got some awesome stuff coming your way. So with that being said, it's time to get jacked. And of course, as always, make sure to eat smart, move more, sleep deep, and be grateful for this moment. I'll see you in the next video.